If dating is not fun and easy for you, then you will want to watch this video. I find a lot of women unknowingly end up using their masculine energy in dating, and that's what makes dating exhausting and draining. So if that is you, you will definitely want to watch this video. The only reason dating ends up feeling exhausting is because, one, you have a negative mindset, the wrong mindset when it comes to dating, and two, you don't have the right strategy, using your masculine energy instead of your feminine energy. As I was editing this video, I didn't realize that I didn't put in what this video was going to be about. So here it is. In this video, I'm going to share 5 signs that you are in your masculine energy without realizing it. And once you identify that you are in your masculine, then hopefully you'll know what to do to change that. I will also give you tips on how to tap into your feminine energy instead and really get masculine men chasing you, pursuing you right into a relationship. Here we go. Sign number 1, you are goal-oriented. You have an agenda, and you know you have an agenda. This is when you know you want to get into a relationship. You want to get him to commit. You want him to like you. You want to go on more dates with him. You wish he would, do more things for you. Okay, and if only he did those things, then you would feel better about yourself, or you would feel like you've reached your goal, right? You can be happy then. If this is you, then you are in your masculine energy. And how this shows up in relationships is when you often feel anxious, you're often looking out for his behavior, being hyper vigilant to what he does, what he says, okay, what it means when he does that, what it means when he says that, questioning his true intentions, wanting to know how he feels about you, because you're trying to gauge, right, where you're at in terms of your goal. Okay, people who are goal-oriented are future-focused, and they're constantly looking at their environment to see, okay, am I on track to meet my goal, or aren't I on track to meet my goal? And so they can adjust, so they can prepare, or they can change their actions so they can increase their chances of meeting their goal, or whatever it is, okay? So if this is you, you are in your masculine. Here's the thing, the feminine energy doesn't care about goals. It doesn't care. It only cares about the process, the journey. Okay, whether she reaches a goal or not reaches it is absolutely irrelevant. She just cares about the journey there, the process, the here and now. The feminine energy is accepting of reality. It doesn't plan ahead because it doesn't need to. It simply responds in real time to the environment as it is happening. And it receives it and accepts it as a feeling in your body. So when a man says something, you will feel a certain way in your body as a response. Okay, it doesn't plan ahead, doesn't need to plan ahead. Sign number 2. And this one drives me a little crazy when I see it. But if you are hyper-focused on dating one man and being loyal to one man, then you are likely in your masculine energy. Okay, and the reason for that is because you think about it, right? Like, if the assumption there is, if I focus on one man, on one goal, then I'm increasing my chances, the likelihood I will reach that goal or get that man. Okay, this is masculine thinking. Okay, the masculine isn't going to have their attention scattered all over the place if they're focused on a goal they're trying to reach. Okay, it would be counter to the masculine energy, to what they're trying to achieve. So if you find yourself just being super focused, putting all your attention on one man when you're dating, when there is no exclusivity, when he has not told you that you're boyfriend and girlfriend, that you're committed to each other, there is no commitment talk or anything like that, and yet you are still super focused on him only, and you will not open yourself up to the other men in your dating, in the dating pool, then you're in your masculine energy. And this will feel like it's the right thing to do. You may justify it. You may have a million reasons, right? Oh, I just don't do that. I just don't like to do that. That's not my style, and all these things. But really, the truth of it is because you have this outcome in mind. You think it makes you look more appealing to him and more of a worthy candidate, maybe, and therefore have more of a chance to get him. Okay, so because maybe you also think you need to conserve your energy, right? So you only focus on him because you assume in your masculine that it takes energy to date a lot of men because you're needing to exert that energy. Well, of course, if you're dating in your masculine energy, it will feel exhausting because you're out there chasing, doing, right? Taking all the steps, all the actions to try to achieve a goal. Sign number 3 is when you show up trying to match him energetically. Okay, you show up thinking you're his equal. Okay, and I see a lot of beautiful, successful women do this. They're like, look, we have the same careers, we have the same outlook on life, we have almost like the same kind of personalities. We're practically equals, right? So clearly we're compatible. Okay, but here's the thing. The only person who is a man's equal energetically, okay, not about humans being equal or having human rights being equal, but an energetic match to him is another man. Okay, so a man will consider another man his equal, or his work colleagues an equal, his friends an equal. You're not his equal. Okay, if you're showing up as his equal, he's just gonna feel like you're his buddy, you're his friend. Okay, there won't be any spark there because there's no polarity, there's no contrast. Okay, and the feminine energy is not meant to be the masculine's equal. It's not equal to the masculine, it complements the masculine. So if you think of the yin and yang symbol, that circle, when it's split like that, it's not split directly center, like straight in the middle, like split in half like a pie, right? Where it creates the two equals. It's actually a curve. And it's that way for a reason, because the energy is complementary, not equal to. All right, so you don't want to show up that way. I advise you to, when you show up with a man, you want to lean back. You want to do less, say less, okay? When you do that, you automatically create space between you and him, and the masculine will automatically want to fill up that space because that's what the masculine energy wants to do. It feels like it's attracted to conquering territories, taking over things, right? Taking up the space. So once you create that space by leaning back, he will naturally want to lean forward, naturally want to move towards you, take action towards you. And this is how a man starts the journey to falling in love with you, by acting, by taking action, by investing in you. Sign number 4, if you find yourself attracting a lot of beta feminine energy men, this is a really good sign that you're likely in your masculine energy. You're finding the men in your life really likes it when you tell them what to do. When you're like, okay, I like this, I don't like that, I want to do this, I don't want to do that, okay, we're going to do this now, we're not going to do that, I don't like it when you do this. Like, just being very direct and confident about telling him what you like, what you don't like, or and leading him, directing him, and he really likes that. He thinks that's cool. Like he is like attracted to that. Then he's a feminine energy man, and those men could on the outside look very buff and masculine. Maybe they go to the gym, they got a lot of muscles, they look like men, but they're the energy that they show up with, they're actually feminine energy men. And this can be very frustrating if you are not really attracted to those men. You don't want those kind of men. So if you want a masculine energy man, true masculine energy men will just feel like you're a buddy to them. He may still have fun with you. He will joke around with you. He may even sleep with you. spend time with you, but he's not gonna feel that deep desire to pursue you for a relationship. He's just not gonna be called, he's not gonna be triggered in that primal way to pursue you like that, because you're too much like his equal. Okay, going back to, you know, the last point, you're too similar to him. The energy feels too similar, then therefore there's not enough polarity there for him to be attracted. And the last sign is if you're reactive instead of receptive. Okay, being reactive is when you're very quick to, you know, get angry or get annoyed and tell him about it and confront him, want to talk about problems and, you know, wear your emotions on your sleeve, basically, and being hot-tempered. So when you think about it, men are typically this way, especially young men, right? I think about like a bar fight breaking out. You know, if another man was to like confront a man and like say something to him that, you know, wasn't very nice, then chances are that man, especially as a young man, will just explode, will just like react by like start a fight, right? And fights often break out very quickly amongst men, young men, because of that. So this is kind of what I imagine if you're very reactive. If men say certain things or do certain things and you're quick to react without, you know, just quick to react, then you're probably in your masculine energy. You haven't really cultivated that part of you that is just able to be okay with the feeling, receive the emotion, like whether it's anger or frustration or whatever, and just be okay with it. Because the feminine energy is very accepting, very agreeable to everything around us, to our environment. So if a man was to get upset, if you're in your feminine energy, you're very receptive to that. You're like, oh yeah, okay, he's angry. You're like, you can receive the anger without judgment. You can just accept it for what it is, because there is no, because if you think about it, reactiveness, having a reaction is you having a judgment. Okay, you having a very strong opinion about the anger, about the outburst that you feel like needs to be like, that just comes out of you, that just bursts out of you. But if you're in your feminine energy and you don't have judgment about that, you're very accepting about that, of those feelings and those thoughts, even the judgment thoughts, that you will not need to react. You can simply receive it. Okay, and it's just and on the surface, on the outside, it will just look like nothing. Just look like, oh, she's just maybe standing there or sitting there. And I think this is where often we mistake the feminine energy as being passive, as being weak, as being a doormat. It's not, none of those things. It just receives it differently. Okay, it responds differently to the environment in a way that differently to how a masculine energy would respond to it. Okay, it's not less than, it's just different. Okay, so this video is, hopefully this video has enlightened you a little bit more to what it means when you're in your masculine energy and what it could look like if you were in your feminine energy. And both energy forces, life forces, are extremely powerful if you know how to use them in your life to get what you want. If you would like to take this work deeper and really know what it means to embody your feminine energy, to increase your chances in dating and attracting masculine energy men, then you simply need to go to my website in the description below, and you can find out the details to get in touch with me there. So that's all from me, ladies. This is my video this week. I will be back with more next week, and let me know if you have any suggestions for more amazing videos.